Hey guys, the Hawk36 here, and welcome back to my Evolution of Football video game series. Today I'll be playing Madden 96 for the Super Nintendo. So let's pick a team here. I'm pretty sure I end up picking the Patriots, as is customary usually for me. And I'm gonna play my other favorite team, the Scrubbineers, because they're with their creamsicle uniforms. Figured 3 minutes was a good time limit for this game. You know, most videos I do 2 or 3 minute quarters. I like 3 minutes because like the 2-minute warning starts at the beginning of the game. That's just kind of, I mean the quarter, then it's kind of speeds it up a little too much. So here's the statistics. Believe it or not, the Buccaneers are way better than the Patriots in this, despite their creamsicle attire. Welcome to Foxborough Stadium. The 95 Patriots are going to throw the ball a whole lot of times. They're going to be pretty good at it. Wow. 95 Buccaneers are ready to make a move this year and need to take advantage of their overall team speed. Tampa Bay will need a big passing day from Trent Dilfer. Okay. So I guess this is I think this is a preseason game, as I've done in the past. This video I actually I'm kind of gonna remember what's going on as it happens, because I recorded this probably a month ago, or at least a couple weeks ago, so I don't really remember what happens. So I decided to go back to post commentary for this series. I know my recent NFL 2K3 video I did it live because I don't know, I was in the mood. People like live, I've been told. I know one of my friends has told me that, so yeah, we'll go back to post commentary for this for now. That way I can spew off some facts if I feel like it, and go from there. So Buccaneers are kicking off to me. I'm receiving. Very unpatriot-like, you know. Here's number 22. David Meggett. Okay, so this game, as most recent Madden games, they have the NFL license, of course, because for the teams, and they also have the player names, the NFLPA. You know, they get their approval as well. You know, I run for another game 14 yards. As you see, it appears that my running ability is pretty good in this game. My passing is, from what I can remember, probably a little less desirable, but we'll find out. I apologize if this game ends up to be boring, but we'll see what happens. You know. Man, there's a loss right there. All right, sorry, I was just looking up my facts right now. So yeah, this is 96 Madden. Obviously, it was designed for the 95 season. They always name it like a season ahead in Madden fashion, I guess. So Bledsoe's going back, and it's incomplete. Per usual of my ability. Obviously, it features John Madden on the cover. The AI has been boosted apparently in this game and can now hurry in 2-minute drill situations, but I don't think I figured out how to do that. And here's my first amount of scrubbery in this. I decided to run too far back and get a safety. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. It was just bad. I don't know what else to say about that. So I have to do my safety kickoff. So yeah, it was actually the last game to explicitly be endorsed by NFL and Fox. If you remember, if you heard on the title screen or whatever, when I went to Play Now mode, like it had like the NFL Fox theme, which is kind of cool. But I guess it was the last one. What did it say? Although the theme evidently will be continued to be used for several years after. Okay, so whoa, whatever. Fact, cool fact. I guess the innovations. I guess this is interesting. The 96 game had the create a player feature. So I guess maybe that was one of the first games to let you be able to create a person and put it on the team, I guess. So that's kind of cool. And the Buccaneers have an incomplete pass. Is it 4th and 8? Yeah, they're gonna punt. If you remember one of the other games, which was it Tecmo Bowl or whatever, they just never punted. I felt like they said they were gonna go for it, and then they just screwed me over and went anyways, you know. So yeah, 40 yards, punt of 40 yards, first down, all that cool jazz. So I think I'll be trying to throw it here. We'll see. Let's see what I do. If I ever hit the ball, that is. No, run. Yeah, a lot of games I'm better at running. Like even like the newer games, like I'll play with Hyrule Cheez-It, and like we get like a franchise we play on like the PS3 Madden 2011. So like we'll play on the team as the same players, but like I let him quarterback because I feel like he's a better quarterback than I am. And same goes for Cool Quoth. Like we had like a Buccaneers franchise going in the most recent Madden game, so I usually let him quarterback too because I enjoy running more, believe it or not. Like I don't know, the passing it's like I can only focus on like one or two receivers at a time, and I don't always have the best decision making ability, I guess you'd say, when it comes to choosing which receiver to throw it to. So I guess that also happens in this game, which is it's 96 Super Nintendo version, which obviously the passing is a lot harder, because I guess you'd say, like, well, like if you look at the graphics, it's kind of harder to tell like who's covered and who's not covered. You know, I mean, like obviously, like there's obvious circumstances, but compared to like the newer games, like it's so much more advanced. Like you can, I know Cool Code told me before that when you're quarterbacking, at least in the 2012 version, well, there's a good pass right there. Sorry to interrupt, but one of the good plays I did. And the Buccaneers called the timeout. Like I was saying, Cool Quote told me, like the newer game, you can basically, if you point the left joystick, I guess, in certain directions, like when you're throwing it, you can control like where like the receiver catches it. So it's kind of cool. It's like to see like how far we've come, I guess, in like football games like this. This like the running seemed pretty good, but like passing wasn't as easy for me, I guess. But like if somebody played it who is obviously like who was more familiar with the game or a lot better, I guess, at seeing defenses and reading defenses, they might have a better time with this than me. At least like this one, as opposed to like obviously the NES ones I was playing. Like this actually has like what I'm used to, like with the receivers, like the A, B, Y. You know, I don't know if it was right and left trigger, but like each like receiver has like an icon, like they do in later games. So in a true Madden fashion, that's something that's good. That like a lot of games, I'm not sure if Madden came up with that first, the idea to do that. Probably not, but it's definitely a good idea because it's easier than like say Tecmo Bowl, which I had a commenter comment on that video who told me that I guess I was doing it wrong. You couldn't just pass it to one guy, which makes a lot more sense than what I was doing. Like, oh, I can only throw it to this one guy. It's like, no, that wasn't the case. I think he said you could press select or whatnot to scroll through the receivers, the eligible receivers. It would have like an arrow over their head, so you could pick a different guy and throw it to that different guy rather than the guy who's covered and just throw 9 interceptions like I did. So yeah, that was good to know that. Well, there's an incompletion. Let me go back to some of the facts I was talking about here. I guess this game featured 28 pre-expansion teams, and they were each represented by a classic era equivalent. Oh, which ranged from the 1960 Eagles, the 86 Giants, although all players identified as number only. Okay, so that's like the historic teams. Like I know when remember past, I think, what is it, 99, 98, and 64, which I had Madden, they have historic teams on there, so you could be like, I don't know, 91 Oilers, or like whatever, any team really. You could be the 86 Patriots, 86 Bears, you know, any of those teams. But like since all like a lot of the players are retired or whatever, like and it wasn't the most current rosters, I guess you couldn't get like the Players Association like okay, or those players aren't in the Players Association or something like that since the past year, so you can't put their names, but you could just put their numbers. I don't know. I always remembered that, so it is what it is. What did it say? It also said something else interesting I found. It said the Jacksonville Jaguars and Carolina Panthers, they actually debuted in 1995. Like the 1995 season was their inaugural season. they did not have a secret classic team revealed in the manner of the other teams, I guess. So I guess each team had like a secret historic team. Like I said, the Eagles and the Giants, whatever. Nor did the All-Madden team. However, Carolina was attached to the blank slate NFLPA team used for a creative player, and Jacksonville and All-Madden hid the super teams, in quotes, with players named after the developers. Okay, so they had different teams since they didn't have any classic historic teams because they were newly created teams, expansion, so that makes sense. Okay, so evidently there was also a PlayStation version of Madden 96, which was developed by Visual Concepts, and it was originally planned to be the first video game on the PlayStation shortly after the console's launch in '95. Oh wow. But I guess after several delays, the game was actually cancelled because it was not meeting EA's quality assurance standards. Huh. Very interesting. And in this Visual Concepts, this developer would later go on to make the NFL 2K game. So there you go. They were trying to develop this Madden for the PlayStation. I guess EA was like, nope. I don't understand why, because I mean it came out on the Super Nintendo. The PlayStation would have had better graphics. You'd have to look up why that would happen, but that's kind of interesting to me. Huh. But other what are we at halftime now? You can see John Madden and who's that? Jim Nance or somebody? I don't know. And as you can see, it's a 2-0 game. So I clearly didn't figure out the offense. I probably should have been running more in the first half because my forte had been the running game rather than the passing game, as I had explained. My lack of skill in Tecmo Bowl and passing in general. Although in 2K3, it's like I was having a little bit of trouble there, but like I found like if I get the tight end up the middle, any route to like the tight end or like a receiver up the middle is usually a safe route for me, which in typical NFL fashion is like, I guess what you'd say scrub QBs love the tight ends like that. They just like the tight end up the middle, so I guess that's an easy route. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like a funky fly route or anything like that. Because it's really all about timing, you know, hitting them on the right part of the route, and I guess I don't really always understand like when's the best timing for that, or I'm not patient enough, because I know, like, I feel like playing quarterback in any of these games, whether it's Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, etc., etc., it's like a lot of pressure on me, because I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna get sacked, and I just throw it like all willy-nilly, like whether the person's open or not. Sometimes I feel like 75% of the time I just let it rip to whatever button I'm feeling at the time, whether they're covered or not, which is terrible quarterbacking. Like you should be looking around.
First down.
And I always feel like quarterbacking is like a time test, like in school for me. It's like I hate it, and I just like you just sit there and you're like, oh shit, and you're just like looking at the answers, like I don't know any of this, man. It's just like I feel like it's that for me. You just kind of panic and you just, I guess, throw an answer out there. In my case, just throw a ball out there and it gets picked or something. You get the question wrong, you know. I don't know. That's how I always felt about quarterbacking in these video games. I know it's just like a video game. You're supposed to have fun and take chances or whatever, but I don't know. It always made me nervous. Except for like Blitz, like arcade style ones, but they're like a lot easier because it's like in Blitz, which I plan on playing later on in the series. I have a number of Blitz games actually. I have access to the Dreamcast one. I think there was probably 2 for the Dreamcast. Might have been 2000, or I think I have like 99, 98, whatever the Blitz was. It wasn't the first Blitz for the N64, but the second one. Like I plan on playing that. And then I got the new Blitz, which I actually downloaded prior to the Super Bowl. You know, me and my friends played that during the Pro Bowl because it was so boring. So we really got into that game. That's probably one of my favorite football games, actually, the Blitz. I mean, it's not the most realistic, but it's definitely one of the most fun to play. So I recommend the new Blitz to anybody who hasn't tried it out. It's a pretty good representation of the older games. Except for the late hits, of course, because NFL reasons. You understand that. So we got the Buccaneers. They look like they're going to score on me. I'm not sure. They probably will. So I'm not sure I'm very good at defense either. Right there made a good play. 4th and 7. Are they going to kick a field goal or are they going to go for it? Looks like they're going to kick the field goal. Sorry, I know I got off on a little tangent there, just talking about the game, talking about my series as a whole. But and I did less, I guess, play-by-play calling. But as you can see, it's only 5-0, which is a very weird football score. Because I went and got that safety like an idiot. So what do you want? So hopefully my commentary is entertaining.
First down.
But I've been getting pretty good views on my Evolution of Football series. I don't know if it's a search engine optimization or whatnot, but people like football, I guess. Or me, I don't know. We'll see. One or the other. But yeah, if the
First down.
throw some more facts out there at you. Obviously, the developer for the Super Nintendo one was Tiborn, which is like they have like the shark logo. I remember in past games you could be like a Tiborn team or whatever. I don't know if that was the developers team, random players, but oh, there's a good play. Vincent Brisby, gain of 6. I remember that guy. And obviously, publisher EA Sports. EA Sports is in the game, you know. Different platforms this game was on besides Super Nintendo. I mentioned the PlayStation 1 failed to come out, I guess. But there was a Game Boy, a Game Gear, obviously the Sega Game Gear. There was a Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, which we're playing, and evidently for Windows. So it's very interesting. I think I remember vaguely, like a year or two ago, I was playing, like there's a website somewhere, I don't remember what it was called or whatnot, but they had, you could play this game, might have been the Windows version, online. But it was specifically Madden 96. Let's go figure. I don't know if it had updated rosters or not, though. It might have been like a bootlegged, hacked version that somebody made, but it was pretty cool. So if you ever come across that, let me know. Modes, online modes. I guess the Windows would be online, but those other systems weren't online. That's kind of funny that it says that. McDowell for a loss of 1. So we got 2nd and 11. They're driving. They're past. They're on my side of the field. They're probably just running the clock. So I think I decide to actually call a timeout. I'm like, oh, let's actually stop them from running the clock. So I might have like a chance. But who knows? I'm not sure if I remember if I end up victorious or not. So I will be just as surprised as you guys. Oh, and on that note, I kind of doubt it. Look at this sweet touchdown celebration, number 33. Just ran it right in. Was that Eric Richter or whatever his name is? So 11-0. Yeah, that's a very strange score. God, I hope I get something. That's pretty pathetic. Probably should have said, oh yeah, the Buccaneers. Extra point is good. Nobody's doormat. What? For the time, this was pretty good. It's a pretty good football game for the time. I mean, it's, well, way better than the LJN one, obviously. It's like they took like stuff from Tecmo Bowl, and I always used to call it Techno Bowl. Took the good stuff from Tecmo Bowl and they put it into this, and it really improved upon it. I'm sure the Sega Genesis one is just as good as, if not better. Maybe the sound quality a little better. I remember I heard something, I don't know if it was this one or somebody was commenting that the crowd chirp, the sound that the crowd makes is just annoying in this. It's really like the only sound besides like the hoot and the tackle noises and whatnot. The grunting. Let's throw that ball. 3rd and 6. Will I get a damn completion, get a first down? Will I even get a shot at the end zone? One gripe, I wish like they had like the total time clock. They only have like the play clock in the upper right corner there. So it's like hard to really know how much is in the game. You really got to focus on that. So I guess the cool thing is well, there's my first down I was asking for. So I guess the cool thing about new games these days that you take for granted is the screens are more like a regular NFL game. Like you can see the time, you can see who's winning, you see timeouts, like all that without having to go to the option screen. So I guess that's something they learned and they put it in future games. Like I'll see when I get to the N64 one if they had improved it for that. Step up, you know, we'll see. Ben Coates. What a guy. First down. Alright, so
First down.
maybe I'll actually get a score and be a little less scrub. We'll see. Bledsoe drops back and I threw it at the defender, I guess. End of game, no. So I failed. Pfft. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in the evolution of football video games. Take it easy, my friends.